and welcome back to another Thunderous Productions video. I'm the madman behind the mic, Jag Thunder, and this is Minecraft. And welcome back, guys, to episode number 2, season 2 of the Build It Better series. This episode, slow start here, guys, sorry. What are we looking at? This is hopefully going to be the new world map for the Build It Better series. As a lot of you know that's been following the series, we have had a lot of changes, especially in 1.7.2, where the biomes changed and has really started fucking with the things on the main Build It Better map. And then also, too, a lot of the areas that I'm working with, I'm starting to run into a lot of terraforming issues, and also the airfield has no place to, it doesn't have a home. So, what I've decided to do is use World Painter, as you can see here at the top. And this is basically a map making program. It does not work or is not intended to be used with already existing world saves. This is to actually create brand new worlds the way that you want. And that's for those that have no idea what any of this shit is. But basically, this is not going to be a tutorial because I'm not going to go into everything here. Those that really want to look this up on the PC can go ahead and check this out. Some of you probably already have used it. And like I said, I'm not going to go everything, but you can set up the land, water. We can make mountains, which hopefully we will. And right now, everything is just a flat world. This is the basic shape that I'm going for. And the overall size of the map right now is 10,000 blocks by 10,000 blocks. And it kind of sounds like a lot, but it kind of doesn't. I was going to go 5,000 by 5,000 for the original size map, but I want to make sure that this map is going to withstand the test of time for as long as I plan on doing this anyways. So I want to make sure that the map was plenty big enough. Still not 100% sure if this will be the final design or the final look of the BIB world. Again, may have some rendering issues. Of course, obviously, the bigger map that you make, the more horsepower your computer needs, the more RAM your computer needs. I'm sitting on a pretty wild fucking horse right here, but I'm not sure once I start throwing some other mountains and some landscaping around this map exactly what it's going to do. I have rendered out certain parts of this map, and we'll take a look at here in just a few minutes, just so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on underneath this green and blue piece of thing here. I was going to say shit. But anyways, this down here, it's going to kind of be set up a little bit like the Build It Better world is right now. This long straight stretch right here that is 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5,000 blocks long, which is ridiculously long. But I wanted a port for all the ships. So we'll eventually put all the ships that I have. There will be room to expand. There will be room for the dry docks, and there will be a room for hopefully a future shipping area with like just regular shipping crates and stuff like that. I've got a lot of requests over the past year to do shipping boats, charter boats, stuff like that. So I want to make a lot of different waterways and keyways inside of this map so that we could always expand on that. Like I said, even if it's not this season, which it probably won't be as far as going way into that part of it, we'll always have plenty of coastline here that's nice and straight, doesn't need a lot of terraforming. Throw the docks in, put the ships in, and start building around it. So that's whereabouts this is going to be right here. Now below here, the penis-shaped peninsula with the splatter coming out of it. Yes, that was intentional. It's Jag. You got to have that, right? This here is going to be where the space shuttle is. So on this peninsula right here, and then wrap back up, we'll put the space station and the future space station areas. Now somewhere along the top, probably along here or straight up and down this way, will be the airfield. Again, it will depend on, after I get this kind of rendered out, I start rendering out sections of it, whereabouts everything is going to go. To save on time right now, I'm just rendering out probably 1,500 by 1,500, 800 by 800 block sections, throwing them in game, taking a look at it, and doing some tweaking. Like I said, right now the coastline is all pretty much done. I've got it all worked in. It looks really, really good. Again, like I said, I gotta throw it in game and start figuring out where I want to put I don't want it to be completely flat. I do want some mountainous regions, like probably up in here, maybe up in the tip, up in this piece. maybe some down here on this corner, and then the rest deciduous trees and hilly areas, because I do want to have like the northern town, something along them lines, maybe up in here, so that we have several different areas to work on through, like, not just only the Build It Better season, but just a very large map for people that will download. Once this is complete, before I put anything on this map, yes, there will be a download before anybody asks, of the pretty much the dry map. It will have nothing but the map and all the terraforming and whatever fucking biomes and shit that I decide to put in there, if any. But like I said, this is several episodes down the road, guys. This is a very time-consuming and tedious process, because I do want to be definitely OCD with this and make sure that everything turns out exactly the way I think we'll use it. So that's the map anyways. That's where we're kind of working for it. Also in the middle of the map is where the new city is going to be. So somewhere right around in here, I may connect these rivers and split the city and have part of the city on one side of the river and one on the other. Again, I'm not really sure. There's a lot of fucking real estate right here, and I know the city's going to take up quite a bit. I'm intending on it to take up quite a bit. And you'll see here again toward the end of this episode, we're going to look at some more roads that I've got done, and how we hopefully plan on implementing those as far as the main streets in the city, and then eventually having a highway system that runs around the outside of the map that goes from one area to the next. So like I said, that's where we're planning on it. I told you before, I had a lot of ideas. Minecraft is not dying. It just had to slow down for a little bit, and it's always a good thing. Gets the mind reworking and comes up with some better solutions to older problems, which is pretty cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and we're going to close this out, and we're going to open up my Minecraft. We're going to take a look at two main areas that I've got rendered out right now. One is right here around the left side of the ports, the main ports. And then right here on Penis Peninsula, that's going to stick. Right here on Penis Peninsula, we'll take a look at the space shuttle. I did drop a few things in just for size reference. So let's go over there and we will take a look. All right, so here we are in the main harbor of the new BIB world. This is the long, flat coastline that we just looked at in the World Painter. And we've got a 27 block incline or depth to the coastline here. I wanted to make sure that I had enough depth for the submarines if I wanted to put any out in the main water out there, submerged or partially submerged. I wanted to make sure that we had enough room for any kind of future builds that this map may endure. Even maybe a future Atlanta city, maybe? Of course, way down the road. I've got so many fucking ideas, guys. It's ridiculous. But anyways, this is the main coastline, and over that way will be the Penis Peninsula. And as you can see, I did drop in the big E and the little E, and I still have a serious lighting issue because I'm in 1.6.2. Because we don't have the mods aren't updated yet for Optifine and all that, and then also the new lighting fix that was supposed to happen in 1.7.2. I have run 1.7.2 and actually haven't noticed some of the lighting glitches that were in the older versions of Minecraft. So I guess because I am previewing this on 1.6.2, I am going to have some lighting issues. But the reason being is I need it for my reach and any other thing that I may do on this map before I actually make it a 1.7.2 map. Again, it's just it's going to be a long process here, guys, but this will be a very, very beautiful map when it's done. I'm really excited. And anyways, this is the little E, and we can run these almost right up to the land. I've just got them setting out just a little bit just for looks. But we can run these right up to the coastline, literally within about 5 or 6 blocks. As you can see, it's just steps going straight down. And there is the front of the little E. You probably can't see it. I've got my water, fucking not invisible water, clear water is turned off, so it's very hard to see. But these are steps going straight down, so this is going to make it very, very easy to do any kind of ports and docks and anything that has to do with our naval base, which is really fucking awesome. I won't have to do any kind of cutting, any kind of weird fucking shit. And then, of course, everything else is flat. This is going to be the main level of probably everything, the roads and all that. So this won't change as far as the main height of the flat ground, which is, where are we? 30, 12, 30, 28. We're at position 28. This, again, like I said, this is a custom map there on your Y coordinates. Oops, my bad. Shit. F3, dumbass. Anyways, yes. So we're 28 blocks above bedrock. So there's one surface of bedrock at the bottom, 27 of water, 27, 28, something like that. Anyways. And that will also give us a lot more maximum height for building our skyscrapers later on, late season 2 is what I'm hoping to get some skyscrapers going. But I wanted some more height. That's another reason why we did a custom map, so that I could get an extra 20 to 30 blocks as far as the height goes. And there, of course, is the Yamato with the Mighty Mo. And as you can see, I've got them turned this way, obviously, and that just keeps going and going and fucking going. So we are not going to have any shortage of space here for the dock system. And then we're going to fly over here is where I have the Creeper 1 and a few of the Spooge Islands. We're going to have some fun names on this one. But anyways, it's right over here. As you can see, I've got a lot of distance this time between the naval station and the launch site for the Creeper 1. That was, some of the non-realistic things that came up with the original BIB map, that it was too close to the naval station, and that if it actually did launch, it would burn some shit up. But whatever. Anyways, it's right over here fucking somewhere. It's really not that far. Did I miss it? I may have to pause and then come back. Land ho! There it is. So anyways, yeah, it's not quite as far as it actually looks. I took the long way. I went around my asshole to get to my elbow. I should have came this way instead of going out and around, clear over there from the Mighty Mo. But in a straight line distance, when I've got Optifine fully opened up, I can see the ships when I turn just to the side a little bit. So it's not actually that far over. Anyways, I have stripped down Creeper 1 area, took out all the jungle trees and all of that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get the sun back where it needs to be. And as you can see, this is where the space shuttle will be, right at the tip of Penis Peninsula. And it's, again, another sick reference. It's plenty wide enough to support what it needs to support. So anyways, that's that's all I got. I clipped it off right there just to get, again, just a generalized size and feel. God almighty. Just can't get around the sexual references on this one, guys. Sorry. Just to get a generalized feel of how this is going to fit on the tip. Anyways, the spooges are over there, and there's another island up here that I'm playing around with the mountain tips and brushes to see what I can come up with through just test areas. There's nothing there right now. So anyways, that is hopefully going to be the new BIB world. Oh, there's a spooge right there. Yeah, these didn't come out quite right yet. Again, very very non-realistic looking. I've got to chop them up with some noise and actually probably knock the tops off them a little bit and get these to look a lot better than these. I'm not a map designer. This is the first attempt that I've made, and I think for a first attempt, I'm doing pretty damn good. So. But over time, like I said, a few weeks, months, whatever, we're going to have a really, really nice map that everybody can use for all kinds of things, especially, like I said, just the dry map itself. You can make your own adventure series. There will not be any resources. It is all dirt, just for the simple fact, again, that it takes Minecraft forever to, render, everything, and then also rendering it out from World Painter, trying to get all the resources underground and all that will just severely eat up unnecessary RAM that I can use for map rendering. So, all right, so we are going to jump in my final tutorial world. We're going to go back to the roads, and we have version 3 and a couple new designs that we're going to look at the end of this episode. So let's go ahead and jump over there. Alright, so this is version 3 of the main road system. Again, this will be pretty much downtown city. They get smaller as they go out, obviously, just like a normal city would. But for the main blocks, the main roads that will be going down the middle of the city are going to need some pretty big intersections. So I went back and I was not happy with the 5-wide design because my cars are 5 wide and they just didn't fit right. So I went ahead and widened them up a little bit. Now I am 7 wide on the roads, and I think they look a lot better because of that. We have some stoplights now. Had to have some stoplights. I got to really thinking about it and wanted to see if I could come up with a stoplight design. And this is what I come up with. Originally had a red, yellow, and green block right here in the middle without the item frames, wrapped around with the trap doors. Oop, fuck. and I was talking to Lord Dakar, and he reminded me about the item frames. And thanks to him, this actually looks a lot better than the original design. So again, this is the biggest intersection that I will probably have on the final BIB map, or the BIB map in progress when we start building the city several episodes from now. We're just laying the groundwork. I don't think I quite covered that on the first episode, that these are basically templates, or for me to use for, I can't, some of them I can peel as schematics, some of them I can't. I can't turn them because of the fucking, god damn it, the trap doors. They don't spin right on MC Edit. So these will be more or less for templates for me to copy off from when I decide to start putting in my roads which way I want them to go. I will probably at least use the bulk of the schematic and let MC Edit fuck up the trap doors and then just fix those. That will still save just a lot of fucking groundwork for getting these down. That's why I spent a lot of time this week redesigning these and getting everything exactly on these pieces just where they need to be. That way when I do start pulling them and reusing them, they're they're good, they're usable. So anyways, I did make the parking spaces bigger, added some more lighting, redid the centerpiece for the transitions between the 4-lane divided, the 4-lane together, and then down to 2-lane. I had realized that on my other roads I didn't actually have 2-lane roads, and of course these are with parking spots all the way down to non-parking spots, and we'll work our way down that way. These are that was the divided 4-lane. This was the regular 4-lane, and that's the 4-way intersection, 3-way intersection, and the corners are 90 degrees. Again, I'd probably work on these a little bit more, especially on the smaller ones. I'm not really sure if I like the parking in the corners and then the openings, but may still work on those. Anyways, this is the long straight stretch here, and again, this is just for pieces. This is just to be used for transitioning. If I have to go from a 2-lane to a 2-lane with parking, I can just pick up this part of the schematic and then continue my roads. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, guys. And then same thing here. If I want to go from the 2-lane to a split 4-way, I can pick up this part of the schematic, and then same thing for the divided highway. So this is specifically designed for transitions only. And these are the small outskirts, suburban parts of the cities where we're going to get into the smaller neighborhoods, where we still have, probably 4 lanes, mom and pop shops, stuff like that. And I've got to make one more set of these with, do I need to make, no, yeah, with just the 2 lanes by themselves. So I still got another set of these to make. This over here is the smaller version of this, I believe. That was all 4-lane down to 2-lane. This was 4-lane divided. Oh, without parking. This is the transition without parking. So as you can see, the parking takes up a lot more of the transition. But I do got 2 pieces for that. And I think those turned out really, really fucking good. And as you've probably already seen over here, I've got some really awesome fucking bridges. I'm really proud of these fuckers. And I had to do a little tweaking on the texture pack. I am running the 162 pack right now. And as I started with the hardened clay, and on a side note, I don't know what happened. On my laptop, I have this texture right here. It's actually a 128X version of this hardened clay from the original, well, not really original, the 162 modern HD pack. I could have swore I had it in all the other versions. It must have just been on my laptop, and I just have been overlooking it all this time that I did not have this texture in there. So I finally got that back in here, and yes, you guys will get that on the next update. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is because I'm going to show you again. I'm on the 162. But anyways, yeah, the roads look a lot better. I used the white. I switched that over to quartz, and look at that ramp. That's fucking sexy. Now you're probably gonna wonder how the hell I did this, and it's not an MC Edit trick. It is a texture pack trick. So this right here, let me get these out of the way so you can see what I've got. Oh, I actually have one right here. Stone brick slabs. So is what I did is I textured the stone brick, which is right here. Oops, stone bricks. And because it was one of the ones that I hadn't really been using so far in this texture pack, but I don't want to keep that as the main block for being textured. And the only reason, like I said, it gives me the slabs so that I can do the ramp design, and then just put the yellow on the big blocks, and then of course the ones in between are the slabs. But again, I don't really want to leave it as that block. It's just temporary for me building right now and getting things set up, because eventually I do want to use the stone brick texture for city buildings and stuff like that to help give me more variety. So I'm hoping that very soon we can get this MCP for the mods and Optifine all ironed out so that I can start using the 172 with all my reach and everything that I need to make these big builds run a lot smoother, and I can switch the texture maybe over to the Arcania wood or whatever the fuck it is. Something that I don't think I will fucking use, but still gives us slabs. Goddamn fucking Mojang has not given us fucking half slabs, fences, or steps on all the rest of the blocks in this game yet, and it's just completely mind-boggling to me. Why in the hell we don't have half blocks, steps, and all that for all these other blocks. I would just make this so much fucking more cooler for us builders to have, all those different aspects for building blocks. But anyways, enough rambling about that, because they haven't done it and they probably won't anytime fucking soon. This is my main overpass. Again, 2-lane over 2-lane. And then I've just got some off runs here. A ramp coming back up and out. That could be a train trestle or another road. Again, these are just templates just to start working out the road designs and some of the layouts. Again, this here would be a very, very complicated intersection, but I have seen them. They are kind of like that. Buffalo, New York. Just like this. But anyways, again, just for layout purposes. And then we have a 2-lane split, two-way traffic rather, going up and then onto an extended freeway with, again, 2-lane traffic over 2-lane traffic or over the railroad system that I have in the BIB world now. We've got the main pillars underneath, so I've got support. Yeah, I think these turned out really fucking good. I'm really, really fucking proud of these. And then we've got all of this. This looks awesome too. We have the railroad crossing. So basically I took this, stripped it out, and laid it across the road and snugged up against it with the half steps and then the full blocks, so that we had, kind of a transition or a ramp to the tracks. And then when it comes back out the other side, the gravel will be the ground level. So I think that'll work out pretty good. I kind of wanted the gravel up higher, on one block higher. But again, because of the restrictions of the game, there's nothing we can do. Half slabs of gravel would be awesome, or half slabs of fucking sod would be awesome. But we don't have those. So anyways, this is the railroad crossing, and here are the railroad crossing signals. I think those turned out really good. And we're going to look at the lighting here in just a minute after I get through the little fly through here. This is up and over, same thing as this, but it's a double. So you come up on one side, go down on the other. This was the first one that I built to get the original design. And then I just doubled it and made it 4-lane split divided highway, or 4-lane just regular split. So right here is where it would go back to a divided highway, or just back to the regular 4-lane. So that turned out really good. I've got the division in the middle, again, because the yellow blocks would only be, excuse me, throat's giving out of me, guys, throat. Anyways, the yellow blocks here in the middle just didn't look quite right with all the other ones, so I wanted a definite division between both fucking lanes. So I decided to match the sides of the bridges and put that down the middle, and I think it turned out perfect. I mean, I absolutely could not be happier with this design. It looks pretty realistic, I think. And then this is going over again a regular 2-lane road, so 4-lane over 2-lane. I want to make sure that I got all my different variations that I could possibly run into, and have a nice, like I said, just a nice builder's pack. Eventually get everything laid out and organized, 2 lanes, 4 lanes, intersections, and stuff like that, and make it a little bit easier. And hopefully in the future have a download of all this stuff. And yes, we will do some tutorials once I get everything finished, and I kind of get where everything's going to go and how it's going to go together. But anyways, here's our 4-lane, which I really love this. This looks really good. And then your 4-lane bridge over your 4-lane highway. And then I've got some nice lighting underneath with a lot of bats. And as what I'm going to do is make sure that my brightness is down, and it is. Let's go back to the game, and we're going to throw some nightfall on this thing. And look at that. Yeah, that turned out really, really good. And again, is what I did down here on the bottom is I cut out some of the blocks, threw some glowstone back up underneath with trap doors for, again, drainage, just to give more lighting effect, like the light was coming down and then fading out in a circle. Viewer had suggested that I put the lights underneath the stripes and then put the carpet on top, but lights don't really work that way, so there's got to be dark areas in between the lights, and I wanted a more realistic feel of the lights actually cascading down and then fading out onto the highway, and then of course on the sidewalks. And I think it gave it a very, very deep, dramatic kind of look to it. Very, very realistic in my opinion. How this turned out, the spacing on the lighting is probably just right, where there's just enough where one fades out and then the other one picks up. So yeah, this is gonna look really, really fucking good when we start getting this thing together and we start putting some buildings around this motherfucker. This is just gonna be a super awesome fucking season, and we start building some fucking buildings. I'm ready to build some buildings and throw around these things. And again, I will probably do that down there. We'll probably have an episode where we look at a few of the intersections wrapped around maybe a decent sized building, maybe not a full skyscraper yet, but maybe probably the next episode, but maybe episode 4 we might do that. I want to grab some of my smaller ones here, the McDonald's gas station and the Chits building. I definitely want to get up that and drop it up here next to the roads and just check out the scale to make sure everything is going to kind of fit in the way that I think it's going to. Again, because this intersection up here is quite large, the only thing that's going to look really, really good next to it are the skyscrapers that will minuscule the size of this actual intersection down, because it's actually way overscale as far as real life goes. So the only way to make it look smaller is to build fucking bigger. So anyways, hopefully you guys have picked up some really good ideas in episode 2. And got a really good idea of where Jag's brain is really fucking going. Wheels turning 100 miles an hour. Just ready just to keep on kicking like a chicken. Yeah, I don't know where I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I got a lot of really good ideas, guys, here, and we're just going to keep working a little bit at a time. Again, still in our off season, but still moving forward quite nicely. And hopefully by the next episode, we'll have even some more roads done. And maybe a building or two, and we can kind of jump down in and go over some building designing that will be planned ahead again for the Build It Better season, as where we'll actually try to lay out a city, how to lay out a city, how to lay out your roads, and how to actually start making this stuff come together. Because I've never built a city of this magnitude. But I have done a lot of building, and there's probably 100 different ways to build a city. Throw your buildings up, throw your roads around it, stuff like that. But I think the roads are probably the most important part of your city. So that's why I started with the roads first, and we're going to build the city around the roads. So, and we'll kind of lay everything out get an idea of how big our city blocks are going to be, rough size, and we'll start with one city block and we'll work our way outward, and the city will grow over time. And again, I'm sure it will take, you know, a year, 2 years, whatever, to get the city really grown out, and maybe someday have it on a server and get some builders on there and start adding to it. Future, way down the road plans, guys. But you know, that's the way I think. I want to make sure that everything's done on this map, that it can be prepared and used in any direction that it needs to be used in. So with that being said, a lot of prep work has to go into this thing. But anyways, I think I'm doing a really great job, and I hope you guys think so too. If I am, click that thumbs up button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Like always, I love that you guys watch. I appreciate all the support. Click that like button. Subscribe if this is the first time you're on my channel. And remember, if it looks like shit, tear it down, blow it up, or just build it better. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.